Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the Summer Transfer Specials. We're going from Season 1 into Season 2 of The Impossible Dream with H&W Welders, and today, we're going to try and build a team that can actually get us promoted into the Northern Irish Premiership for next season. We have a look at sort of our new season team report. We can see what the game is saying is probably one of our assistants actually saying is our best 11. I do disagree with certain parts of that, but ultimately I think what is the real teller is this one right here. We have a mediocre squad standing compared to the rest of the league. We just genuinely need to get a better team together. So we're going to try and do that this summer. What I would like to do also is maybe have options to play with wingers. So that's something we're going to be looking to do. But before any of that, I do need to introduce two new players that have been retitled. To go with, thank you as a thank you to my Patreons. The first here is Faisal is now Seth Keach. He's going to be an absolute star. I am very, very confident of that. So that's one of the two. And the other one, and a big thank you to William McQuaid, the artist formerly known as Matthew Kelly, is now William McQuaid. So if you see the new names, that is that. And again, we've got potentially a very, very good player there indeed. I don't know how long this episode's going to be. There's a lot of work to do. We're going to try, a lot of our players are on non-contracts. Anybody basically that's being paid that wasn't a regular last season, so the likes of Adam Wright, even though he is a decent player, they're all going to be leaving. So we're going to save quite a bit of cash on our wage budget, if we do it this way perhaps. So we're going to be saving 50 on Harris, 100 on McClellan, 20 on Nelson. I don't think we want to keep him doing, no, maybe we do. Ferguson, we need to... He's gone to December. Okay, so it's just we're going to be saving 150 there, and then we will look to. It's weird there's some December contracts in there, but anyway, we'll look to get to we'll keep Ferguson obviously, but we might look to get Nelson and Wright out the club. But we're going to save a little bit of cash as things stand already. We have about £200 a week that we have sort of in the bank to spend. Add 150 onto that, and we might be able to get a few signings across the line on free transfers. So anyway, guys, let's get this summer underway. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so a quick update. We're June 9th, which means the transfer window has opened again, and we do have one signing. This is one that we knew was coming in previously. Mark Edgar, free transfer signing as a left back. Decent physically, just decent all round, relatively solid. Lots of 8s and 9s in there, some 7s as well. So I'm hoping a little bit of a challenge there for Conlon at left back. A little bit more of an attacking player as well, but obviously not as good defensively. Positioning's a bit of a problem as well, but we'll just see how he gets on. We made this signing a little while ago now, so we'll see. See how he got in. See, he played in the division below us last season, averaged over 7. So, we'll see how it goes. We're not paying him anything. If he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid. And that is, of course, our philosophy. And a bit of good news on the Ferguson front. You can see we've got a few players. There's going to be a lot of players in on loan, if I'm honest. So I'm not going to show you everyone that comes in because we are loaning like you would not believe. Not loaning, trialing, I should say. But Ferguson did sign a new contract. So £100 a week, 2 more years. Absolutely brilliant. So same money, and what we've done is we've just upped the bonuses for him. So if he plays well, we'll pay him some more. But if not, then he's just on the same money. Okay, just a very quick update, but we have a new assistant manager. We've thrown the boat out a little bit to try and get this guy. We're paying him £100 a week, £100 a week. Sorry, we've paid a little bit of compensation for him as well. But I think he is worth it. He's basically the Pep Guardiola of lower league Irish management, to be honest. Some quite good coaching attributes there. He was a manager at a club previously. We've got him in as our assistant. As I said, he's basically the best scout at the club now as well. And he's still got some improvement to do as well. So I think this is going to be a good signing. It's going to prove that way. We've got him for 2 years. I just went all out, basically, to try and get him in. And, hopefully, that's him anyway, our new assistant manager, Packy McAllister. Oh, no thanks, mate. I don't drink. Of course I'll have another one. Hello? Oh, Darnell Mintus. How you doing, mate? Well, let me guess. You're leaving. How did I know? Well, I tell you what, when you wouldn't sign a contract, was a pretty big giveaway, mate. Okay, quick update. There is some rule changes for the league next season, and this is basically, I think, going back to a regular non-COVID season. So the league will split after 22 games, which is what kind of happened last season, but we never actually played the second bit of the season. So yeah, we're going to have a 32-game season splitting after 22, and then obviously the 10 games will be playing home and away against the other 5 teams in your half of the league. Everything else there is pretty much standard, and the bad news that we have is that it's happening. Darnell Mintus, he refused to sign any sort of contract with us that sort of tied him to the club, and so he is now essentially going to go off to LAN and play in the top flight. And, well, it was good while it lasted, but I kind of expected this, to be honest. It's just such a shame we can't get any sort of fee for him. Yeah, even like a sell-on clause or something. But anyway, one season and out looks like for Darnell Mintus. Alright, we are back for a quick update, and we have made a signing here. Aiden Lillis has joined us. You can see the fans like him. A B signing could improve quite a bit. He's a central midfielder. We're paying him £20 a week. Because of the potential, where we can help it, we don't want to lose players for free. Let's have a look at what we've signed here. And yeah, I mean, what I like about him is physically he's quite good. He's strong in the air, which will help defending set pieces. Only 17, of course. Decent vision, decent passing, decent technique. That's sort of the 3 that I was looking at more than anything else. Decent first touch as well. So a central midfield option. He was at Cliftonville last season in the Premiership. And obviously he will be dropping down division to join us. So I'm hopeful that he'll do okay for us. It's a 1-year contract. And do we have the option to trigger? Do we have an extension? I think, no, I can't remember if I have an extension in there or not. But anyway, we'll see how he gets on and go from there. Now we have made one other signing. And it is another young goalkeeper. We've just brought him in just on a non-contract. I didn't want to pay him, mainly because I'm not completely convinced about the potential. Physically, he's quite good. He doesn't have good positioning, though. You can see the first touch is abysmal. There's a lot not to like about him, but we're taking a bit of a risk on him because the scouts say there's potential. But then, as we know, our scouts are absolutely rubbish as well. So that's Alex Norris. He is in the reserves. He came from LAN. That's where he was last season. And speaking of LAN, Darnell Mintus has officially gone off to join them. So he's on £800 a week. You can't really blame him. I kind of knew it was coming. But obviously it's still a bit of a disappointment to have him leave us. But there we go. There's still obviously a lot of transfer work to be done. We'll be back if we can get something else across the line. We have significant breaking news this evening out of Northern Ireland, where H&W Welders have announced the signing of Welsh winger Ilian Ap Gareth. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to local reporter Eamon Murphy. And Eamon, this signing is going to please a lot of people. Yeah, quite. How Aussie Villain has managed to pull this signing off is a mystery. But with £190 a week, there will be a lot of pressure on this signing coming off. Thank you. Yes, we did it. Ilian Ap Gareth has joined us for the second consecutive Impossible Dream at H&W Welders, and we have paid far too much money for him. We got him on a free transfer, 0 fee, but £190 a week is double what we're paying Matthew Ferguson, our star striker. So hopefully this has to work. It has to work. He signed as a star player. I really did have to push out the boat. Let's have a look at him. Well, it's the Ap Gareth we know and love, isn't it? Not too bad pace-wise, decent dribbling, okay crossing. This obviously means that we're going to have to play with wingers this season, so the whole plan goes out the window. But it's Ap Gareth, and it's 100% worth it. Yeah, there we go. You can see, I mean, in all fairness, it's actually not the worst signing for us because there is potential there to improve. He is 22. So how much we'll get from him. You can see, I mean, he played a little bit last season in the Cymru North League, the Welsh Second Division, and was okay. But we know what we're getting here. We're getting a superstar of the game, and, well, Ap Gareth is a welder. Okay, we are now at the opening day of the season, so that will do it for the transfer special. A little bit shorter than I was hoping for, but I'll take you through basically everything that's happened, because it's been busy, but not really anything to show you guys, if you know what I mean. So this is basically where we're at the club vision. We knew a lot of this coming in. We're supposed to finish top half in the league, Irish Cup. We want to reach 6th round. We want to try and do quarterfinals of the Atrium Cup and the 3rd round of the Northern Irish Football League Cup. I'd like to do a little bit better if we can in the cups this season, just for any chance of cash. You can see we've got to work towards repairing the club's financial damage, and well, let's be honest, the Ap Gareth signing doesn't help with that. That's but yeah. Anyway, that's hopefully going to be a good signing for us. But ultimately, it's not going too badly. And if we do look at the finances, we're already $8,000 in debt, and that's only going to head one way. We need to, as I said, just try and, if we can, go deeper in the cups, just to try and help out with the finances a little bit. Now we've had a bid come in here for Mulligan. Now he's of course our first choice goalkeeper. He wants to go. He wants to leave to go to Dergville. I basically said that. I tried to say no, and he was kicking off. So if they come up with a £500 bid, then we'll accept it. It's not the £500 I'm interested in. It's the I want to get the 50% sell-on clause, just because he could become something. Ideally, though, we don't want to lose him, and we'll be doing everything we can to try and keep him. But we do have other goalkeepers in the squad, so we can kind of get our way around it, I think. Now, if we have a look at the transfers, the other player that did leave was Joe McGovern. He was quite useless, to be honest. So he's gone off to Exeter City, and let's hope he has fun there. But he was not the player I was hoping he would be. He's a bit of a loss to be honest, in mentoring. He was a good mentor for the younger keepers, but he has left. So as I said, a relatively quiet summer here. But if we look at trialists, you can see we did have, and I'm pretty sure we had a few more than this in as well. We have been getting a lot of players in if we can, and if I'd known that we were going to lose McGovern, not his face, our goalkeeper, I might have kept one or two more of these goalkeepers around. There's still some. These are the trialists that are currently with us. Is it maybe? Anyway, there's. This is the guy that we're looking to get in. If he does leave, Mulligan will try and get this guy in. He looks relatively solid, but we'll wait and see what happens on that front. Who's he wanted by? So that's below us, so that's fine. I'm sure we had more trialists in than that, but anyway, maybe it doesn't show all of them. But so we've been doing our best. And there's a few players that have signed professional contracts with us. The first is Seth Keach. He's signed, who's he wanted by a loan? He's signed a professional contract, so he's here 2 years, £20 a week. And again, that's just important so that we know that the clubs can't come in and just take our players away from us. And we can see he's already, despite only being off season and a part-time club, he's already continuing to develop. So he's looking really good. The other player was Ricky Devlin here. Again, very, very high potential. So £20 a week. It just means that he can't be taken away from us for nothing. So we'll see how these guys get on. Pre-season has gone relatively well. Now, of course, just a reminder, the other goalkeeper we do have at the club is Christian Stratton here. Now, I think we signed him as opposed to him coming through the youth intake. He's another really good young goalkeeper. So it is a position of strength. So if we do happen to lose Mulligan, at least hopefully we'll get something for him, and it's not, as I said, it's not the worst, but ideally we want to try and keep him. Pre-season, as I said, has gone okay. You can see lots and lots of goals for the most part. Defensively, we're getting a little bit better. The way we're looking to play with the Gareth signing is we very much have to play with wingers now. We'll have a look at the squad in just a second, but it does leave us a little bit thin at left wing. We've got O'Hanlon there, who is a decent option. We have some youngsters. We have, where is he down here? Ryan Sloves, a young Scotsman who is decent-ish, potentially as well. And we have Coulter, who is not particularly good, but, you never know what might happen. So that is sort of a position where, and what's Lee Moore like? He's right-footed, isn't he? Yeah. So it's not ideal, but we're strong on the right because we've got Darren McBrien and obviously Ap Gareth to play there. So this is the way we're looking to play. It's not gone too badly. As you saw in spring training there, we seem to be getting used to the formation. And I mean, we haven't played really too much by way of opposition there. But fingers crossed that when we get into the season here proper, that things will look good for us. Now let's have a look at the squad that we have. And if we go to, what do I want to do here? Squad depth. This is the team that we have basically for this season. So Ferguson is here long term. He's our main man up front. We do have Gazinga, obviously, as a good option up front, but he's going to play more in midfield in this formation. The other options are Reece Byrne, who's a good young striker. We have Darren McBrien, who is more than capable of playing up front. And Ap Gareth he can play anywhere, Ap Gareth, can't he? So he's an option up there as well. Left is, as we just saw, where we struggle a little bit. The problem with the Ap Gareth signing is that it has kind of taken away all our transfer budget, or wage budget, I should say. So we'll try and get by if we can there. Obviously, the main guys on the right is the aforementioned Ilian Ap Gareth and also McBrien. The other option really is Sam Harper, who is a decent, he can dribble and cross, so we'll see what we get from him this year if we need him. And Lee Moore, we just saw potentially could play out there, but we might look to send him out on loan, I think. If we go a little bit further back in midfield, now, the main guys here, Tommins is going to be one of our main options. Gazinga is going to be one of the main options. The other main guys are going to be, they don't look good here because of their potential, but Ricky Devlin and obviously William McQuaid as well are the sort of the main guys. Other options, Donnelly, who's still around, but at 29, if someone wants to take him off our hands, he can go. Morley, who has had a couple of times, clubs have come in and he's rejected them. Again, we'll keep him. But we're not going to pay him anything, and if he wants to leave, then he can. Leddy will play a deeper role, but can play in midfield if we need him to. And the other one is Nelson. I haven't decided yet if I want to keep him or not beyond his contract, though this potential suggests maybe we should look to extend that contract. There's a few good attributes there that I like. In terms of defensive midfielders, we know that Gazinga can play back here. We saw him do it last year with limited success. Leddy will be the main guy, and his main backup will be the youngster Stephen Dunlop, who is not developing too badly. If we go back a little bit further to centre-backs, now the two first-choice centre-backs this season are Seth Keach, left-footed, and Connor Hunter as well. The other options are Jake Dykes, who was very solid for us last year. We also have Wright, who is around till Christmas, and then he will be up. His contract will be up and he'll be leaving. Leddy could play back here for us, but he's not really the attributes for a centre-back. Anton Riley is a good option if we need him. And also John Mullen, who is a relatively high potential youngster that we have as well. Over on the right, now our best option is Connor Hunter, but he won't be playing there. The main two guys here will be Josh Doyle, who we saw last year, and also who we just saw, Anton Riley. Right back is still a position we could do with a little bit of strengthening at. Left back, we have a lot of decent options. Conlon, who again is high potential. I'm hoping playing sort of with him not being the main outlet, well, both left and right back, that we'll see better performances from them. Mark Edgar, who is new for this season, he's a solid option. Dykes can play over here, lacks of pace for a fullback. And Gallagher is the youngster who we will look to give game time to where we can. Goalkeepers, well, we've seen we have a bunch of them. Mulligan is the first choice. There's a bunch after that. Scott Johnson here, if he signs, he could be second choice. We'll wait and see what happens there. But there we go, guys. That is it for the transfer special. If you've enjoyed this, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you think we'll get on this season, where you think we could strengthen. Obviously, left wing. But I maybe got a little bit too much confidence in the potential of Philip O'Hanlon. Maybe we can get by. But we had to get up Gareth, didn't we? We had to get him. So it's if you don't understand why Barlatown lost FM, it's a whole thing. If somebody wants to tell the story in the comments, then have at it. But it was a long story. Go back and watch the No, don't, it's a long series. But anyway, that's why he's such a big deal to us. But as I said, that's it. I'll see you next time when we get our season underway. That'll be against Newry and Anag United. And well, this is hopefully going to be the season, if we can keep this goal scoring up, that we find ourselves getting promoted back up into the for the first time, I guess, not back, but into the Premiership. Take care.